Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today from Emily King.
Tell me why every day I go out looking adorable, tits bouncing, skin glistening, and yet nobody ever hits on me or approaches me. Ever. Oh my god, like please. I'll take a construction worker catcall at this point.
Ask the bear.
Please.
The most interesting part about these videos now that I'm seeing more and more often is that women are so disconnected from where it's coming from.
They
and they're
really
making
are.
these videos as if they're like upset at men and they're like attacking men
Always
for
our
not
fault.
doing these things, for not being men and for not approaching. And they don't make the connection that it was actually because of messaging that they have received from other women. But men know it. They know where it's coming from. And so they see videos like this, and it's just like another thing that women are not taking accountability for. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is an all too common complaint that we are seeing, especially on social media, where women have talked again and again to men that they don't want to be approached. They don't want to be catcalled. They don't even want to be looked at sometimes. And this is the result. Men have listened and they're not doing these things anymore. But now we're seeing that because of that, because there's been more follow through from men, we're getting a little bit more of these videos where women are now actually complaining that men aren't doing the thing that they used to do. They're not approaching, they're not making her feel beautiful. They're not giving her the attention. They're not giving women, random women, validation. And those are things that women actually like. And the thing is, though, is that the prior message was that they didn't like those things because it's a double-edged sword. And that is true with a lot of things, right? There's going to be people that take it too far, and there's going to be people that don't have the greatest intentions, and they're going to make you feel uncomfortable. But we need to see the truth of it, and that is that it's not a man issue, and that it's not the majority of men, that the majority of men actually have good intentions, and they're not going to take it that far. They're not going to make you uncomfortable. They're not wanting that. They don't want to be seen as a creep. But if they're single and they're attracted to a woman, like it's only natural to want to communicate that in some way. I'm going to show you guys two more video examples of different things that women have asked for out of men, and now they are mad about it. Before we dive into that second video, guys, remember to like this video and subscribe if you haven't yet to catch my videos every Friday. The second video is really taking the first video's concept a step further. And now we're talking about how men are not only not approaching, but they are not even looking at women, specifically at the gym, right? This is coming across quite often where men are being shamed by women for just like the twitch of an eye, not even staring at them. They get accused for being a creep. This video is a woman that is actually upset that a man is not looking at not even herself, it's at another female, and he's like on his phone. All right, before I say more, let's watch the video.
Jeez, lady. Get some tighter shorts or like sweats or something.
What could possibly be on that man's phone that is more interesting and than the hypnotizing female body?
First of all, it may not even be coming from the fact that he is trying to avoid being called a creep and he's like reacting to women's reactions online. It could just be that he's married and he's texting his wife, or
Possible.
He's actually just not interested. Like that could still not be his type. But here is another woman coming on screen and actually shaming a man for not doing the thing that a lot of women have talked about, please don't do, guys, which that creates such a level of frustration for men because it's like he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. There's really nothing else to say about this video other than women are going to have to deal with this. They're going to have to cope with the fact that men are not staring at them anymore. They're not giving them as much free attention, at least in the real world.
Men, hold the line. We're winning. We're winning. You know, they're upset at us either way. Make them upset at the things that they tell us not to do, and we don't do it anymore.
I think that that's debatable online because women are absolutely still seeking and receiving a lot of attention from men, but there's like more safeguards there. So it's seen as more of an appropriate thing from both women and men because like you can cut off the tie immediately. However, I think it is also debatable, guys, if you should be doing that, if you should be giving all of that free attention to
Agreed.
women, because I think it does
Stop it.
feed a machine that's not very healthy, and we're getting away from real life interactions. It's almost like any real life interaction is not appropriate, and men have to like tiptoe around a lot of boundaries, which some are very reasonable and they should. And I think good men have adjusted and they've learned these things. I just watched a video the other day, I'll probably end up stitching it on my shorts, of a man that's like on a run and he's a distance, quite a distance away from a woman up ahead, but she's running slower than him and they're kind of like out in nowhere land and he is like faster than her. So he's having to purposely slow down and walk so that he's not approaching her too closely. He doesn't want to freak her out. So he makes a little short video saying like, what should I do in this situation? I don't know how to handle it. Just the fact that that man is so aware that he wants to keep that woman feeling comfortable, I just think that that's next level. I think that men are generally very open-minded
We are.
today and they are listening. I think
Especially men in the West. You know, like I said, women always talk trash about men in the West, but we're the nicest men. If you want to go to the East, Middle East, Africa, most of the men over there aren't going to be as nice as us.
that women's jobs are to make sure that the messages are not mixed. And here is a mixed message. And when women can't take accountability for those mixed messages, I think therein lies a huge problem. Moving on to the last video, the third video, I think you guys are really going to appreciate this one because the message that a lot of men receive online, especially now, is that men are not needed, that women can pretty much be independent women. They don't need no man. They can do everything themselves. But here's the reality. The reality is that sure, some of those things as women, like you can learn, right? But the fact is that there's a lot of things that as women, you're not going to be as strongly suited for a particular job or for a particular task compared to a man. That's reality. Here's a video of a woman that's in a sticky situation and she ends up getting so upset at men for just standing around and not like doing or helping her with this particular issue that she's having. Now, in this particular situation, this isn't even like a skill that a man necessarily needs to do, but it's definitely like a physical thing. Like she wants physical help from men to help retrieve things out of a car that she had just crashed. And they're not like doing it. They're standing by the sideline. Okay, before I say more, let's just watch the video.
I think I know what video it is. Okay, it is this one.
Okay, I'm not gonna help you.
Nobody's
The car's
helping
not
me.
gonna fall
All
on you.
these men for what?
What do you want us to do?
I feel like that woman was maybe at fault for that accident. I don't know if there were
Maybe.
two cars there or if there was just one. Obviously, if there's one, she is at fault if she was the driver. But here's these men that are like in uniform, and that is not their job, first of all. So for that expectation to be there in her head that men should just automatically help her, even when they have a far more important job to do as they are in uniform, that is another level of entitlement. And that's what's not okay. All right, 20 years ago, maybe this would look different, right? Because
True.
society was different and men were more prone to help in any situation. But there comes a time now where, you know, maybe it's not just the wars of men versus women, but it's also the wars of like what you can get in trouble for actually
Yes.
if you're on a job and you go beyond what you're supposed to be doing. Like you could get sued because you're not supposed to be doing that. Beyond that, I think that this situation happens all of the time now, where women have this like set expectation that was from 20 years ago that they should be able to rely on men to help them, and it can be complete strangers, like men.
Damn, too many men are in jail or in the ground 6 feet under because they choose to help women in such situations or a little bit more dangerous situations and end up hurting themselves. Men have learned, and even then, the women aren't even grateful for it. How many stories have we heard of men risking their lives to save women just to get sued afterwards?
They have no relationship with, and they think that men should still step in. But meanwhile, there's been this entire message. Meanwhile, though, that is very opposite from the message that men have been receiving. They have been receiving the message that women are independent, they don't want any help, they want to be able to do it, and that if you actually do something as simple as hold the door open for them, they're going to be insulted that you're doing that for them, because in some twisted way that means that they think that you're not capable of holding a door, and that's an insult to you as a woman. All in all, what I think these 3 video examples show is that men no longer approaching, men no longer even looking, and men not stepping in and helping in every little situation is a demonstration of women getting what they've asked for. It's almost as if your actions and your words have consequences. Oh, I am going to get in trouble for that. Guys, let me know in the comments.
Good job, my brothers. Hold the line. You know, it's funny that we're giving women exactly what they want, and they're even more miserable now. It's okay. We just let them wallow in their misery as we live our lives, keep our money in our pockets, and stay safe. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and catch you guys next time. Ciao.